Joe Biden is in the news again for another disastrous campaign appearance, this time in Iowa, where somebody was asking him about his son's involvement in the, Ukrainian natural gas company for which he was getting paid goes about $80,000 a month, a field that he had no expertise in. And instead of Joe Biden responding in a way that, would have made any type of sense, maybe perhaps saying something like, yes, that, does seem to be a little bit, you know, shady on my family's part to have him go over there while I was, the vice president of the United States, and I can see how you might get this, these mixed, signals about what that means as far as, I'm vice president and my son's, over in Ukraine getting paid insane amounts of money for something he has no expertise in. I didn't have anything to do with that, but in the future, if I was to become president, I wouldn't allow, something like that to happen again. I would make sure that my family stays, disconnected, from these type of things. So this, you know, misgivings don't happen again. So instead of, responding in a normal or rational way, he challenges this person to a push-up contest and then to a IQ test, and then it appears that he calls this person fat as well. And again, this isn't the first time that he's acted like this at these campaign events. It was not more than a couple weeks ago where somebody was trying to hold him to account for the horrible immigration policies and the mass deportations that happened under the Obama administration. And instead of, responding in a genuine way and listening to this person's concerns and really taking them to heart, he just told them to go vote for Trump when this person had said that they were, a huge supporter of Barack Obama and they worked to get them elected, and then they just became kind of dissatisfied after, the mass deportations happened under the Obama administration. So it's just, very clear that Joe Biden, can't stand even the smallest level of criticism or, any type of tough question at all. He gets very defensive and just attacks the people who are asking those questions. And how is he going to stand up and fare against Donald Trump? God forbid that Biden is the Democratic, nominee for president. Donald Trump would just have a, heyday with him, with how nuts just Joe Biden really is, and how much it appears that he's been, his mental faculties, I should say, have definitely, diminished since he was, vice president in the Obama administration. And it's just very interesting. Like, I have yet to meet a person in real life that actually supports Joe Biden, and it seems like, a lot of his support, as Kyle Kalinske points out, just basically seems to be that from people who don't really follow politics or policies or anything like that very closely, and it's more of just default support because Joe Biden was the vice president under Obama, and Obama, even, for all of his shortcomings as president, still has a pretty high favorability rating. So that might be, one of the reasons. But it's just like the more Joe Biden opens his mouth, the worse things get for him. And it's just still very surprising that at this point he's still leading in some of the national polls. And again, like, Bernie is the only choice if we want to create a more just and equitable world, both in the United States and, the world over, because his foreign policy is by far the best as well. So I guess I hope, Biden keeps having these campaign events and, attacking the people who are asking him these, pretty, genuine questions and, concerns that a lot of people have, because it does seem like a huge, conflict of interest, or maybe some type of, Biden using his influence to get his son, that job in that Ukrainian natural gas board where he had no experience, but he's receiving huge, amounts of money each month. And instead of responding like a, rational person, or even, a politician would, he just starts attacking the person and challenging them to a push-up contest and then an IQ test, and then saying that that person was fat, and just totally nonsensical answer from a very, legitimate, question. It may not been framed in the perfect way from this person, but obviously that's fine. People are going to ask the questions how they're going to ask them, and it's their job as a politician to respond to them in the appropriate way, and this definitely was not that. So Bernie 2020, not me, us. Peace.